on documents, on published government documents, which was classified for years, for decades.
Actually,
Now,
my strength is my documentation.
yes.
Because I'm not one of those historians who will make conjectures, this might have been the case. You will not find in my book anywhere the word perhaps, maybe, this might have been the case. I never do that. Unless I have evidence for me to say a point, I do that. If for those I don't have an evidence, I'll simply say that it requires more research. There is no concrete evidence in that.
And majority of the documents remain classified for decades. Now they are
It
declassified.
remained for decades, Dada, but
Right.
there is another unfortunate thing. For example, the transfer of power, all volumes were published in 1976.
Not all volumes, but in sequence.
You see, by 1976 it was complete. Transfer.
I think Egypt Transfer of Power Volume 13 was it published in 76 or
Maybe,
around 80,
but what I am
anyway,
saying
more or
is,
less. it was.
I know 9 volumes were published till
But tragedy
76.
is Indian scholars has not read it.
No, they
And
don't
it
bother
will-
to read those thick
Yes,
volumes.
yes.
They pick and choose, and except for, I will say only one historian, Professor Sumit Sarkar, did justice to them. In his book also, he mentioned very important things in that, and that's why I respect Professor Sumit Sarkar very much. Now, these people didn't do it because this documentation revealed so many things
Which are against
that exposed their masters for whom they were writing the history.
Yes.
Whether it was the Nehru, whether it was
Gandhi.
the Gandhi, whether it was communist, they were exposed thoroughly in this documentation. Then you see, there are, besides this transfer of power, there is this other one, parallel moons.
Moons.
And then there are these books, Last Viceroyalty of Vice Chancellor Mountbatten, Leonard Carter, and then there is this Wavell's journal, day-to-day reporting,
Though they are published, but
But
not,
these people,
not focused
not
by our
focused.
scholars.
And as I gave in my last book also, there are many books which were published by the Azadid Fauj,
Own veterans.
own veterans,
Their
own
biographies or
own
autobiographies.
own experiences, which these people never
All lost,
never-
never reprinted, and gone to oblivion.
Then, secondly, these people did not bother even to look at the newspaper reports of that period.
Though available.
All
Though
available.
available.
All available. They didn't bother to see that. They didn't bother to see the military intelligence reports of Eastern Command, which were there in the National Archives,
Yes.
or other, even the interrogation reports, the CSDIC thing, interrogation reports of the Azadid Fauj officers which are there. See, I have not been able to read all because there's something like 1,500 of
in
them.
96 it was declassified from and transferred to National Archives of India from Red Fort. Very few scholars of this country has gone to read
15.
this.
Now I'll give you one example, Dada. Abhyuday, the newspaper of Hindi from Allahabad, Prayag. Now this paper brought out English editions. It was a Hindi newspaper, but it brought out English editions. And in that edition, there is the report of Alfred Wack,
Alfred Work.
the Chicago, what's his, Chicago Tribune?
Chicago Tribune.
Chicago Tribune, who was searching for Netaji.
Yes, in Southeast Asia.
Southeast
Indochina
Asia,
particularly.
till March 46. you see.
Yes. And he came down to Calcutta to give some information to Bharatpur.
And this report of his, which clearly says that there is no plane crash, the American journals didn't agree to that, the British didn't agree to that. One point he's making very important in that is that the British government sent from Bengal all those CID officers
One is
who
Mr. Dey.
used to keep an eye on Netaji.
One is Mr. Dey.
One
Sam
is
Dey.
Mr. Day, and there are others also.
And possibly Mr. Dey deposed before Justice Khosla Commission. I will try to find out that.
And they are also. And he was able to talk to some of them. And he asked them one question. Do
Yes.
you have orders to shoot him at sight?
Yes.
And he says these are government matters, I can't divulge. Which clearly means
Clearly
that
means.
these orders were there. Because we have in that other files that he has to be dealt with where he is. Let him remain outside.
That is
India.
as per a part
You have-
volume 6.
You have also seen that no,
Volume 6.
This goes into that, and not to be brought to India because he feels tried and all. There's another very important thing in this transfer of power volume, and this is written by the governor of Northwest Provinces. He says that the Khan Sahib, the chief minister, he told me that why have you brought these people here to India? You could have settled them there only, meaning you have created a problem for us. And he said this has been expressed to me by many other congressmen also. There's another very important document in this by some Major Bakhtiar Singh, I think, who met Asaf Ali. He's the one who was under Japanese prison. And he writes that big note, and which note is sent up to London, that we entire into with Asaf Ali, that I narrated to Asaf Ali how the Japanese treated them and this and that. And Asaf Ali was shocked, and then he says, I asked Asaf Ali, will you stop your support to INA now? And Asaf Ali said, no, we can't go back, because the public mood is there and the public support is there. This kind of thing. So these are very important aspects to show what the scare was, you see. Another thing I have found very interesting is that besides Auckland Lake reports are there which are very important, that you see, a commander-chief will not write foolish things.
Yes.
Unless, and this Operation Madhouse.
By Wavell,
who made it and gave it to Mountbatten. We still don't know what are the main details of that, but we do find extracts of that which say that they were even planning that if Hindu India attacks, it doesn't agree with British and all, they will take shelter in Pakistan. The other fear, the evacuation plans of Britishers from here. When Auckland Lake has said that 1857 type situation has emerged, the panic among the British officers in India, and not only among the officers, their wives, their families. We have to be out. We can't be massacred like 1857 once again, because every report is saying that by 1946 there seems to be an armed revolution coming. It depends on what the Congress leadership will do, because within the Congress leadership there is a split. Gandhi and the top leadership are thinking something else, but the local at provincial level,
ground level,
grassroots level, they are thinking something else altogether. So you see, there are instances I find in Lahore when these three officers go there, Shah Nawaz, Dillo, and Sarab Bose also goes there after the release and all. So you can't imagine the crowds which are there at every railway station, at the railway station. A young girl there, jumps to their truck on which they are standing, and then she cuts her hand and with blood again.
And that frightened British, Gandhi, Nehru, Muslim League, everyone.
So what the policy?
That the nationalist spirit.
See,
that was against the interest of all those
what the
persons vested interest.
I have come to one conclusion. By 45, the British were clear that they have to leave. They have to leave. Now the question was
how to leave.
How to leave? Protect
their own interest. Empire interest.
Present and future interests.
Yes.
And to whom to give power.
Yes.
These were the two main questions before the British. No historian has written that.
Yes.
And within these two questions, then I see the whole manipulation. How this is.
We will discuss that manipulation subsequently.